Have you ever felt like you kind of hit a wall with your English? You've got the grammar down, you know plenty of words, but you still don't feel like you sound well advanced? We're going to fix that today, and trust me, the secret isn't what you think it is.
So let's ask the big question. What does advanced English actually sound like? A lot of us think it's about dropping these huge, complicated words into conversation. But what if I told you that real mastery is something else entirely? It's about picking the perfect word for the perfect moment. All right, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll bust a huge myth about fancy words. Then, we'll get into the real power of being precise. After that, we'll explore emotional nuance. That's a fun one. And finally, I'll give you some simple, natural upgrades you can start using today. Let's get into it. Okay, first things first. Let's totally redefine what an advanced vocabulary is. Spoiler alert, it's not about sounding complicated. It's about being crystal clear. This right here, this is the absolute core of what we're talking about. Being fluent isn't about showing off how many big words you know. It's about clarity. It's about being able to choose the one word that perfectly captures the feeling or the situation you're trying to describe. So let's see this in action. We're going to take a few really common everyday phrases and give them a serious C2 level upgrade. Take a look at this. My day was good. I mean, what does that even mean, right? It can mean anything, but my day felt fulfilling. Now that tells a story. It goes from this super vague feeling to something really specific and meaningful. And this is the key difference. See, you could have a productive day where you just checked a bunch of boxes, but a fulfilling day, that means the work itself gave you a real sense of purpose. It communicates a much, much deeper emotion. Here's another perfect example. I'm tired. Okay. We've all been there. But saying, I'm completely drained, whoa, that paints such a vivid picture, doesn't it? You can almost feel that deep exhaustion, the kind that's both physical and emotional. That's the power of a precise word. All right, now we're getting into a really crucial skill for advanced speakers, understanding nuance. This is where tiny, subtle differences between words can totally change the entire vibe of what you're saying. Just look at this scale. All of these words are about being angry, but they live on a spectrum of intensity. A truly advanced speaker doesn't just say they're angry. They match the word to how they actually feel. Being a little annoyed that your train is late is a world away from being furious about some really bad news. And this is another layer of nuance, understanding the attitude behind a word. Calling someone confident is a compliment, right? It's a good thing. But calling them arrogant is definitely a criticism. They might be describing similar behaviors, but the feeling attached to each word is completely different. And here we go again, seeing the power of a really specific word. Saying a colleague is careful with their work is fine, it's good, but saying they're meticulous, well, that just creates this incredible image of a true perfectionist, someone who pays attention to every single tiny detail. That one word totally changes how we see them. Okay, let's switch gears a bit and talk about how to make your English sound less like you're reading from a textbook and more like you're just talking. This is such a great little upgrade. I don't know can sometimes sound a bit blunt, a bit final, but I'm not entirely sure. That sounds way more thoughtful. It's super common in both work and casual chats, and it shows that you're actually thinking about the question instead of just shutting it down. This is a classic. You will hear native speakers say this all the time. It's just a softer, more polite way to say you don't like something. You see, it makes it about your personal preference, not about the thing itself being bad. It's a really smart social tool. Now, phrases like this are where you really start to sound advanced. Instead of just saying a movie ending was confusing or weird, this phrase shows that you're thinking critically. You're communicating a pretty complex idea in a really simple, natural way. And bonus, it's a great way to start a conversation. So why are we obsessing over these little word upgrades? What's the real payoff here? Why does this stuff matter so much? Well, here's the bottom line. It's not just about sounding better. When you can accurately describe your feelings, people perceive you as more emotionally intelligent. When you can explain complicated ideas with clarity, you sound more mature and capable. All of this precision actually builds your own confidence. And get this, it even helps you organize your own thoughts more clearly. Look, becoming fluent isn't some destination you arrive at. It's a journey made up of these small, consistent upgrades. So as we finish up, I want to leave you with this question. What's one small word upgrade you can make today? Which word will you choose to make your English just a little more precise, a little more natural, and a little more powerful? It all starts with one word.